Have you ever felt like your dark side is just misunderstood? Well, fellow INFJs, you're not alone. Today, we're diving deep into the shadows of our personality type. But don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Welcome to Your Mind is Your Superpower, where we explore the fascinating world of INFJ personalities. If you're new here, get ready for a journey of self-discovery that might just change how you see yourself. As INFJs, we often hear about our empathy, idealism, and uncanny ability to read between the lines. But what about those traits that make others raise an eyebrow? What characteristics sometimes make us feel like the black sheep, even among our closest friends? Well, buckle up, because today we're shining a light on 8 misunderstood INFJ dark characteristics. These traits might make you go, "Oh, so that's why I do that." By the end of this video, you'll embrace these so-called dark traits as the superpowers they genuinely are. Before we start, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our weekly deep dives into the world of personality types. And if you are looking to achieve a deeper understanding of yourself and your personality type, click the link in the comments to take our favorite free personality test. So, are you ready to dive into the depths of the INFJ psyche and emerge with a newfound appreciation for your unique qualities? Let's get started. Number 1. Intense emotional depth. First, we have our intense emotional depth. You know that feeling when you're watching a movie and you're not just sad, you're feeling the weight of all the world's sorrow? Yeah, that's us. This emotional intensity can often be mistaken for moodiness or instability. People might think we're overreacting or being dramatic. But here's the thing. Our emotional depth is a beautiful aspect of our identity. This trait stems from our deep empathy and sensitivity. We don't just observe emotions, we absorb them. We feel things deeply for ourselves, others, and the world around us. This allows us to connect with people profoundly and offer genuine understanding and support. So, the next time someone tells you you're being too emotional, remember that your emotional depth is a gift. It's what allows you to be a compassionate friend, a perceptive counselor, or a moving artist. Embrace it, learn to channel it, and you'll find it's one of your greatest strengths. Number 2. Selective social interaction. Next, let's talk about our selective social interaction. You know that moment when you're at a party and suddenly feel the urge to escape to a quiet corner? Or when you decline an invitation because you need some alone time? That's this trait in action. This behavior can often be perceived as cold or aloof. People might think we're antisocial or that we don't like them, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Our selective social interaction results from our introversion and our need for meaningful connections. As INFJs, we crave depth in our relationships. Small talk drains us, while deep, meaningful conversations energize us. We'd rather have a few close friends than a large circle of acquaintances. Moreover, we need time alone to recharge. It's not that we don't like people, it's that we need a balance between social interaction and solitude to maintain our mental and emotional well-being. So, don't feel guilty about being selective with your social energy. It's not a flaw. It's a way of honoring your needs and ensuring that when you interact, you bring your best self to the table. Number 3. Firm boundaries. Now, let's discuss our firm boundaries. Have you ever been called stubborn or inflexible because you refuse to compromise on something important? Welcome to the club. INFJs are known for having strong values and principles, and we're not afraid to stand by them. This can sometimes be misinterpreted as rigid or uncompromising, but there's more to it than that. Our firm boundaries are actually a form of self-protection and value preservation. We understand that saying yes to one thing means saying no to something else. We're careful about what we allow into our lives because we know how deeply things affect us. These boundaries also extend to how we allow others to treat us and those we care about. We're not being difficult, we're protecting our emotional energy and staying true to our beliefs. Remember, having firm boundaries doesn't mean you're not kind or flexible. It means you respect yourself enough to stand up for your beliefs. And that, my friends, is a strength, not a weakness. Number 4, high standards. Fourth on our list is our high standards. The perfectionist streak that can drive us, and sometimes others, a little crazy. This trait can often be seen as overly critical or hard to please. We might be labeled as perfectionists, and not in a good way. But let's look at what's really behind this. Our high standards stem from our idealism and desire for growth and improvement. We can envision how things could be and strive to bridge the gap between reality and that ideal. This applies to ourselves, our work, our relationships, and our world. Sometimes this can lead to frustration when things don't meet our expectations, but it's also what drives us to excel, to constantly improve, and to never settle for mediocrity. The key is to balance these high standards with self-compassion and realism. Strive for excellence, but remember that progress is more important than perfection. Use your high standards as a motivating force, not a punishing one. Number 5, need for alone time. Next up is our need for alone time. This is closely related to our selective social interaction, but deserves its own spotlight. Our need for solitude can sometimes be interpreted as antisocial behavior. People might think we're avoiding them or that we don't enjoy their company, but that's not the case at all. For INFJs, alone time is crucial for our mental health and creativity. During these solitary moments, we recharge our emotional batteries, process our thoughts and feelings, and tap into our rich inner world. This solitude allows us to reflect, to create, to dream. It's where we develop our best ideas and find clarity in our often crowded minds. So, don't feel guilty about it the next time you need to retreat into your space. Explain to your loved ones that this alone time makes you a better friend, partner, or colleague when you spend time with them. It's not selfish, it's self-care. Number 6, complex inner world. Speaking of our inner world, let's explore it next. As INFJs, we have a rich and complex inner life that others might find hard to understand. This internal complexity can sometimes make us seem distant or detached. We might be physically present, but our minds are off exploring some fascinating idea or scenario. But here's the thing. Our complex inner world is a rich source of insight and imagination. It's where we connect dots that others might miss, develop creative solutions to problems, and cultivate our deep understanding of human nature. This inner world fuels our intuition, that almost magical ability to understand situations and people without obvious rational evidence. It's also the wellspring of our creativity, whether we express that through art, writing, problem solving, or any other medium. Embrace your rich inner life. Learn to balance it with external engagement, but never be ashamed. It's one of your greatest assets as an INFJ. Number 7, passionate advocacy. Number 7 on our list is our passionate advocacy. When we believe in something, we really believe in it and are not afraid to stand up for our convictions. This trait can sometimes come across as being obsessive or preachy. We might be accused of taking things too seriously or of trying to push our beliefs onto others. However, our passionate advocacy is driven by our strong convictions and desire for positive change. We have a vision of how the world could be better and are willing to work tirelessly to make that vision a reality. This passion and our natural ability to understand and influence people make us powerful advocates for the causes we believe in. Whether it's fighting for social justice, environmental protection, or any other cause close to our hearts, we have the potential to make a real difference. The key is to channel this passion effectively. Learn to communicate your ideas in a way that inspires rather than alienates. And remember, it's okay to be passionate, but also be open to listening and learning from others. Number 8, selective vulnerability. Last but not least, let's discuss our selective vulnerability. As INFJs, we're deeply private individuals, despite our caring and often warm exteriors. This trait can be mistaken for being secretive or untrusting. People might feel like they can never really know us, even after years of friendship. However, Our selective vulnerability protects our sensitive nature and helps us maintain authentic relationships. We're not secretive. We're careful with our trust and our emotions. We understand the power of vulnerability in creating deep connections, but we also know how easily we can be hurt. So we open up slowly, carefully, to those who have proven trustworthy. When we do let someone in, it's a profound experience. We share not just facts about ourselves, but also our dreams, fears, and deepest thoughts. We reserve this level of intimacy for a chosen few. So, don't feel bad about being selective with your vulnerability. It's not a wall. It's a filter that ensures your connections are genuine and meaningful. Now, let's wrap this up and put it all together. These 8 characteristics are emotional depth, selective social interaction, firm boundaries, high standards, need for alone time, complex inner world, passionate advocacy, and selective vulnerability might seem dark or problematic at first glance, but as we've explored, they're integral to who we are as INFJs. These traits allow us to form deep connections, stand up for what we believe in, create and innovate, and make a positive impact on the world. They're not flaws to be fixed, but strengths to be understood and harnessed. Remember, every personality type has challenges, and every individual is unique. The key is understanding yourself, embracing your strengths, and working on finding balance where needed. So, my fellow INFJs, I encourage you to embrace these misunderstood dark characteristics. They're what make you uniquely you. They're your superpowers. And for those of you who aren't INFJs, but perhaps know one, I hope this video has given you some insight into the complex and beautiful minds of the INFJs in your life. Now that you've mastered these 8 game-changing insights into INFJ characteristics, one more secret could catapult your understanding of personality types to the next level. It's a method only a few top personality experts are using, and it's gaining thousands of followers every day, but almost no one is talking about it. In my next video, I'll break down that hidden strategy step by step so you can see massive growth in your understanding and relationships. Click here now to watch it and unlock the final piece of the personality puzzle. Trust me, you will want to take advantage of this. Thank you for watching. Remember, your so-called dark traits are actually your brightest lights. Embrace them, use them wisely, and watch how they illuminate your path to self-discovery and fulfillment. Until next time, take care, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want more insights into the fascinating world of INFJs and personality types. See you in the next video.